Do you truly think you can pass the close guard like this? In this video, I'll show you how to pass the close guard in No-Gi. Okay guys, close guard might be dead for some of you, but it's a position I still see a lot happening, especially for beginner competitions. And today we're here to deal with the close guard. One of the misconceptions that happens a lot is people try to open the guard. There's so many things, but today I want to make it simple. And I'm going to be honest, I stole some stuff from Gordon Ryan, but who's to blame? I love stealing stuff. It's better to steal good stuff than to think of shitty stuff of your own. What Gordon also preaches is standing up in the guard. Now, before you go off in the comments, there's tons of passes we can do, like Sao Paulo pass, low passes, we can pin the armor. I have some videos on that. And I do think they're good to open the close guard and it's good to have in your arsenal. But for now, your main concept, especially for people, beginners, intermediate, or blue belts in grappling, is to stand up. Before you go off and say like, bro, but if you stand up, he can sweep you. Brother, he can also sweep me from here. In the close guard, he can sweep me. He can hip bump, he can pendulum sweep, there's so many scissor sweeps, so many sweeps in the close guard. Then, if you were to say, what if you stand up, he can enter your legs. Brother, he can also enter my legs from here. If he spins into a K-guard on this side, go for K-guard, he can also start entering my legs, even if I'm not standing up. Yeah, it's a bit harder, sure, you're right, but standing up gives him sweeps, back takes, and leg locks, but he already has those here. Now the cool thing happens. I want you to get the concept of today. If I stand up in the close guard, I do take away one thing, which is upper body submissions. And those are the submissions that happen most, especially in beginner matches. Trying to work the close guard, he pulls my head down and you walk straight into an armbar or a triangle from the close guard. If I were to be standing, just ignore how we stand up today. Just ignore this for a second. If I were to be standing, he does an armbar now. It's gonna be very hard, yeah? Because he's fighting gravity. I'm not saying you cannot get armbarred or triangled if you're standing. Especially if he jumps an armbar, triangle from standing, and you are already in an armbar, you stand up. But if you are standing and he is still on the floor, it's pretty hard, and it gets a lot harder to do any form of upper body submissions. Focusing on No-Gi today. So for him to do a kimura, an armbar, a guillotine, an arm drag to the back, all of those things that are pretty well-known submissions, an omoplata, if I'm standing, I take away all of these submissions. I do add the risk of some more leg entanglements, but mainly, once again, a bit more for beginners too. I don't really fear him going into a spinning back take as much as I do a basic armbar or triangle. We're also going to take away his ability to go for my legs or any sweeps by controlling his grips. So let's just get to some technique now, because I know you guys need some more dopamine instead of just listening to me and blathering about concepts. If you want to hear more about that, check out our Patreon, whatever. So if I were to stand up, the misconception a lot of people have is they have to put their feet up. If I give him one of my feet and I swing it up here, I'm going to get swept. He's going to attack me. I don't have a strong base and my foot is just there for the taking. I don't control his grips and my foot is way too close. Even so, in the moment that I'm putting my weight up, by unloading this leg, if I shift my weight, I will get swept. As soon as I try to unload this leg, for instance, Ties will scissor sweep me to his left side. So look, as I unload this leg, now I'm just going to get swept. I'm out of balance. So one of the mechanics I want you to understand before we deal with the grips is that you can lift your legs whilst your shoulders stay in line. Imagine having a barbell on your shoulders with plates and no clips on the end. If I start shifting my weight, all the plates will come to my head, I lose my balance. So if I unweight this leg by going to that side, I messed up. So I want you to imagine your shoulders staying in line. I can open my leg and put it up here without ever missing my shoulder line. So I can open, leg up and base, yeah, without shifting my body weight, and that's important. Now, we're gonna mix this way of standing and moving our hips and knees, I'm gonna show you in a second, and where to place our feet, combining that with controlling some of his upper body grips. Now, we can go with a C grip in the armpits, or a grip in the bicep. There are some counter wrist locks, there are some things he can do, but just to stay in topic, I am going to control his arms through his armpits. So I'm not really controlling the grips because it's easy for him to pull this out. This is a really beginner mistake and my arms are out of center line so he can attack me. I'm gonna keep my arms in center line and I'm going to control the inside of his biceps. Importantly, my elbows are tucked to his body. If I leave too much space here, or even with this C grip, he can weave his arm in and start stripping my grips and attacking and taking maybe 2-on-1s or whatever. So I'm gonna control here. And I think one of my main drills for you would be, if you wanna get good at this, is just stay here and ask your partner, do an armbar, an arm drag, a guillotine or a triangle, go. And start working. And learn how to control these grips. Keep your elbows in, where's your head positioning. For today, this is gonna be a complete mess with the audio, so I'm sorry about that. But I really would advise you to play some positional rounds here. But This is a YouTube video, so I'm gonna go with more technique, but learn to get good at this. And realize that you don't have to freak out there. Most submissions and sweeps occur when you panic, you start like pushing on legs, your weight is out of balance, you get swept, he just pulls his legs back to his chest, and immediately takes your back or arm bars, etc. Just staying here and realizing you're not gonna die, it's pretty good, yeah? From here, we're going to stand up, yeah? As I stand up, so keep your close guard pretty close, yeah? I'm going to move my feet out of the direction. I'm not gonna swing my weight any direction. The weight is gonna stay in the middle, yeah? I lift my butt, my leg goes out, and I just tripod here, yeah? And then I start walking up. From here, I work my upper body back up, and now I can start opening the pass, not by pushing his leg on my leg, but just walking backwards. So I strip the grip on the ankles. This is a very basic way, focusing on upper body grips now, instead of just swaying my legs and standing up. Now the problem occurs. When I stand up and bring my upper body back, yeah, he will try to sweep me. We're gonna go over one of the things that, as I mentioned before, I stole from Gordon Ryan. It's really good, and I added some few details here to follow up. If he sweeps me with the most basic sweep here, when his legs are on the outside, in this close guard, all I have to do is squeeze my legs together. So when we're here, I start standing up in the guard, yeah. I don't have to be low with my head, I can be like this, but my elbows should be a little bit tight, like this. My feet should be either further behind, and later on we're gonna look a little bit between keeping my feet on the outside or bringing my knees together behind his butt. This looks very unstable, sweep me. This looks very unstable, and it will feel more natural to keep your legs very wide, but this gives him way more grips to start sweeping me, pendulum sweep, lumberjack sweep, etc. So just play around with this and ask your partner to disbalance you, and trust me, you'll feel the difference between these legs. Back to the topic. As he sweeps, he will control my legs and just push me back. Now if I don't do anything, he will get up, score points, take top position. Later on I'm gonna show you how to just prevent this sweep altogether, but this will happen to you a lot, so let's deal with this. And I think there's a free video from Gordon Ryan somewhere on YouTube, so check that out as well. But I'm here to explain the details to you. As I stand up, he does his sweep. All I have to do, as soon as he goes for it, is just squeeze my legs together here. Now if I squeeze my legs together, it will be pretty hard for him to now get on top. Go. I just take away his ability to get on top. But I do think this is where the Gordon Ryan clip ends. I'm not sure, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna do my video. What I played around with a lot is after this, I have to get up myself because I'm still the one who tries to pass. For some higher belts, because his legs go out, I also really like it to hip out, start attacking a Z-lock here, yeah, but that's not in the topic of passing, is it now? So as I squeeze this together, what I do is I'm gonna make a technical get-up. But as I do so, I'm still dealing with these legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take a grip underneath his heel with a C grip or a V grip underneath his heel to make this technical get-up. If you feel like he's curling his legs down, I'm with you, and you cannot get here, keep it tight, right? It's very hard to lift this up with my arm, and you're gonna be like, I saw this guy do it on YouTube with his shitty European accent, and it doesn't work. Trust me, I'll show you. If I cannot get underneath here, yeah, I will just keep it strong. I will just hip up and get some space. So I keep squeezing my legs together, I hip up. As I get this space for this leg, I'm gonna push it up, open, and start doing a technical get-up. And from here, I'm going to start passing his guard, get like a leg break, pin, whatever. But this is how we stand up. So let's do the whole thing. I'm in a close guard. Okay, I do not want to get get armbar, triangle, back taken. I control the grips, start working my weight up. I keep my feet far away, try to sweep me. It's pretty hard. As I start working my upper body back, I mess up. He does gap my legs. I squeeze and pinch everything together. I lift. I make a technical get up. And I go to the angle. If he tries to push it down, push, 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 push. Very strong, yeah, in all the way, because my base is from here. Drill this, try this, very good. Now let's fix some more things. As I'm standing up, I want to keep my feet thus far away that he cannot control my ankles and do the sweep anyway. That's pretty hard, because if my ankles are here and my hands are here, pretty good, but I'm not passing the guard. So this is only time managing, yeah? Now if he tries to go for an armbar, okay, I'm pretty safe. If I feel the guard opening, I'm safe, but it's in a transition when I try to stand back up to open the guard or walk myself backwards where I might get swept. So a few things we can do. One is put my knees underneath his butt, yeah, and just start walking back here. Do the sweep. Go, do the sweep. It's pretty hard because my feet are so uncomfortably on the inside, and then I can start walking backwards, yeah, and start pinning and passing here. And the final one, I'm going to give you a different angle. I think Lachlan does as well. It's really the thing I really like to do to pass the guard, especially if his hips are a bit higher. Let's do the side angle. So I'm just gonna wedge his guard open. So I'm gonna be here. I control the grips. I start standing up, and I bring my knee not to his butt. I don't know a better word for this, but I'm gonna imagine bringing my knee to my own chest and sitting back on it. That's it. Now, with Thesis legs, there's enough space for me that it just goes right through the gap. But if he keeps it all a little bit tighter, it will be a wedge underneath his glutes and will then slide in from where I can now really open the guard. So I think passing the guard is gonna be too big. It's gonna be several phases. Dealing with the grips, dealing with the position and not getting swept or submitted, standing up, then breaking the guard, and then passing it. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of steps, but it keeps it way better than just pushing off here and going. So controlling, as I go up, my knee goes to my chest and I just sit back on my knee. If his butt were to still be on my knee, like this, I will just start moving it backwards. And eventually, this will, like a lock splitter, split his guard open from where I can start to like staple pass or knee cut or whatever. Let's keep it with this to not make the video too long and keep it geared a little bit more to beginners, intermediate. If you play around a lot close guard, I prefer playing a lot more half guard, C guard, and all these Langentegmas, whatever, the open guard. But the close guard exists, it's pretty important, and I really want you to learn some good passes and standing up instead of just pushing the knees and getting armbarred. I hope that was good. I hope you liked the concepts. Let me know in the comments. See you next one. Oos.